Now on to tip number 4. This one is really useful in the winter if you're out and conditions are really disgusting and you've either stopped for a snack break or you just need to put some additional layers on, and that involves putting a layer of insulation on underneath your shell without completely taking your shell off. So what you want to do is unzip your shell most of the way, leave a good few inches of zip at the bottom, and you're going to take it off. Now this depends on the shell. Some shells are better sized for this than others, and you want it around your waist like this. Once you've done that, you grab your extra layer of insulation. Again, top tip, leave the insulation zipped up slightly so you can just pull it on as a pullover so you're not fighting with the wind to do up that zip. Pop this on and forget that you're wearing a hat at this point to make it more difficult for yourself. Pull down your insulation and get that shell back on nice and quick over the top. Then you can zip everything up, nice and cosy, job done. Now we arrive at our last tip, and this one involves getting in the tent. Join me inside. And finally, moving inside the tent, we have tip number 5. Now number 5 may seem a little bit strange because we're using a waterproof shell inside your tent, but bear with us. It's super straightforward. All you're going to do is leave the jacket fully zipped up and slip it over the footbox of your sleeping bag. What that does is it will stop your feet from getting quite as cold, but it also keeps them dry if you're suffering from condensation inside your tent or it's really lashing down outside and there's potential that your feet inside the sleeping bag are going to touch the outer, and that will allow condensation and moisture through, and you'll end up with a soggy toe box, which will then lead to you getting cold. And that's especially important if you've got a down bag. You don't want that to happen because when down gets wet, it can no longer keep you warm. So just slip it straight over the end of your sleeping bag whilst you're inside it is usually better, and then keep your feet nice and dry. So there we have it. 5 tips and tricks on how better to use your shell in the outdoors. They're not just for keeping you dry. I mean, mostly they should be for keeping you dry.